to video 3 of my 7-day Envisioning the Future exercise, where I share with you one video per day for the next week to help you bring your personal vision into crystal clear focus. I use a proven protocol, the 7-step Courageous Visions process, to help you do so. So, as I've said in my previous videos, my goal is to be that spark for awakening, to bring your personal vision in a clear focus so that you can expand on it, get personal with it, so that it builds a bridge from where you are now to ultimate fulfillment and provides you a greater sense of purpose, because that's what's going to pave your way to making more meaningful contribution in your life. So, today's video covers step 3 of the Courageous Visions process. This is where you get to idealize your dream, your future. You get to step in the dream world and create the picture that you want for your future. Because this is a step-by-step process, if you haven't seen my first 2 videos, I'd like you to push pause, and you can find the first video by either clicking the link in the description below this YouTube video, or by going to my personal development Facebook group called Fulfillment, Personal Development for Purpose, Awareness, and Joy, and scrolling down through the news feed to find it. So, introduction's done. Let's recap a little bit of what we did last time. In the last 2 videos, we dug up the past just a little bit, and we then examined those peak experiences and those important milestones for your personal values, both in the past and in the present. Visions truly come alive when they come from a place of deeply held values. So that's exactly why I had you prioritize your top 7 values and uncovered which value is most important to you right now at this point in time. Make sure you got your notes handy so that we can expand now with step 3. So this step is where we get creative. This is where we create your environment of your ideal future. This is where you get to choose what you want. I say that a lot, choosing what you want. I'll get into why I say that all the time. But first, this step is where we get super creative. Let down those barriers of practicality and rationality. In fact, kick them out of the door. They have a place in planning down the road, but they serve zero purpose right now in the imagining process. I know that that can be hard to do. We've been taught that we need to plan smart, and that is so true. We have to make smart plans, but in your visioning process, this is the chance that you get to be creative and have a lot of fun with what imagery you can come up with in your head. And practicality and rationality can sometimes dampen that whole process, and we don't want to do that. So, the first thing I'd like you to do is to sit with your eyes closed and begin imagining the environment of your ideal future. But before I ask you the thought-provoking questions for this video, I'd like to remind you that this is a time for you to imagine what you want, not what mom or dad or grandma or your best friend says you should want, not what your culture or society tells you to want. This is all about you. I'm asking you to give yourself permission to be selfish for a moment. We tend to create visions very often based upon the expectations and the desires of other people. So the reason I always say this is for you to choose what you want is because I'm trying to put that into your head, that you are important. What you want matters. Your needs, your desires, those all deserve to be fulfilled. So, your future is yours and yours alone. Other people will come into it. Other factors are at play. I get that. But when it's the time to envision what you want to happen for your life, nobody else matters. Not right now. Not in this process. They come later. So, okay. Eyes closed. I'll give you silence after each question so that you have space to start dreaming. And you can wait to write anything down until after the exercise is done, or you can pause the video to write after you've got the images in your mind for each question, whichever you prefer. Ready? Good. In the environment of your ideal future, what can you see? What surrounds you? Who is with you? Where are you? I'll give you a few seconds to visualize that. Once again, you can pause if you need to. Okay, now what is your inner experience like? What's it feel like inside the body, the mind, the spirit of your future self? Your inner experience, what is that like for you? Next, what is significant about this ideal environment? What stands out to you? What do you notice above all else? And now for the golden question. If you had a magic wand, how would you change your physical environment to better suit your needs and desires? Remember to keep your core values in mind when creating this particular vision. So if you had a magic wand, how would you change your physical environment to better suit your needs and desires? We can think about how you would change your environment now and how you would change your future's environment as well. In fact, I'm challenging you to do both. If you haven't already, pause the video and write down your insights. Get as descriptive as you possibly can here. That is it for step 3 of the Courageous Visions process. At this point, you're still forming your dream, and while you've got an idea now of what you want, the next few steps will help you to hone in on that image to gain clarity on what behaviors and competencies you'd like to master in this vision of your future. This is going to help you get the ball rolling of knowing what step to take. But of course, you don't want to take any steps until after the 7 steps are done. So I'd love to know what picture you've begun to paint in that head of yours. So share in the comments your experience with today's video. And in the meantime, I'll catch you tomorrow for step 4.